let's go. All right. How is it going? Hey, Jay Watterson. Okay, let me go over and check Grumble. Because I am going to try Rumble again. I found out what happened the other night. Rumble, for some reason, updated everything except the link. It used a link from an old video. So then that's why some people in the chat were getting the fact that it was kind of doing it as a replay. Like the download. So that's what happened. Everything was updated except the link. So I just deleted what was there. So, all right. But it looks like it's working right now. So, all right. My dog is being touchy. Already running off. She does not like my live streaming. All right. So let me get a chat with you guys. Jay Watterson says MAGA is now MAGA. Please tell me what you think MAGA is. Because I'm not sure. America will be America first versus MAGA. So what is MAGA? I don't know what MAGA is. I'm tired, so. Hey, Joel, how's it going? Sorry, guys, I was trying to be on about an hour or so ago, but ran into a few issues. And just me issues, not YouTube or anybody else, just me. Let me know if the sound is good. So far as I can tell, all my settings are good. I am streaming 5x5. And Rumble is going, as far as I can tell. Okay, yeah, Rumble's moving. All right, so. The Marjorie Taylor Green thing. I know it's not new, but I had a lot to say. We didn't talk about it real heavily. I want to actually go through the video and give you my thoughts on it. I did also see a video from Asmongold. Don't have to play his video and react to it, even though he reacts to everybody else's videos. Not picking on him for it. He's great at it. But we may want to talk about a couple of comments of people in his chat. All right. It's a tiny country in the Middle East. MAGA is? What? Make Middle East great again? I don't know. All I know is I think the Marjorie Taylor Green thing is a huge. This is just me. Read the hat. I'm a fun, but I'm a dip. I think this is a big problem I personally think Trump has made a huge misstep here. I'm willing to be wrong. I don't think I am. But I think this is a big deal. I think he really stepped on his ass here. I don't know ever since Charlie Kirk passed away, I really think Trump has been flailing. I think we are finding out that Charlie Kirk was holding together MAGA, giving Trump a lot of grounded, good advice from people on the street. I don't think Trump has that now. I think now, without Charlie Kirk, he is flailing and is starting to be controlled again by the same type of people that screwed up his 2016 presidency. Israel? Oh, no. I'm not doing the Israel thing. I'm not doing the Jews. Not doing it. It's not Israel. Israel didn't take out Charlie Kirk. If anybody took out Charlie Kirk, if they were not the furry lovers and his boyfriend, which I think it was the boyfriend, not the furry lover. I think it was the furry. It would be our government. It would be the same people that took out JFK. Our government, our CIA, our deep state, our uniparty. That is just me. Man, sorry, my voice is racked. But we're going to go through this. I'm going to blow this up. And we're going to go through this bit by bit. But I think this is a huge problem. I think Trump needs to get another advisor like Charlie Kirk. Somebody who's out among the people, getting the pulse of the people. Somebody who actually had the best interest of America, who was willing to talk to everybody, who could debate everybody, who could try to find common ground with everybody. Trump is now being surrounded by people who are whispering bullcrap in his ear. Israel is a country, not a religion. Yeah. Tiny country in the Middle East, MAGA. I never heard of it. Never heard of MAGA in my life. Israel is a country, not a religion. Yeah, but I don't care. I don't think Israel did crap. And honestly, I know I may lose some viewers of this. I am effing tired of the Israel did it stuff. My God. Israel is not Emperor friggin' Palpatine. It is not. Without us, Israel would cease to exist. Not the other way around. Israel is not even their AIPAC is not putting as much into Congress as half of the lobbyists in our own country are. So, I'm sorry. I'm going to wander. But it's not Israel. Israel did not take out Charlie Kirk. Israel's not controlling this. Trump is falling into the same pattern of listening to people with a huge vested interest to push one way or another for themselves, not America. And he's falling into that. Losing Charlie Kirk was big, and I think I'm not saying Marjorie Taylor Green was perfect, but pushing away and pretty much slapping the hand away of one of his biggest supporters, most staunch supporters, and somebody who, once again, I don't care if you like her, she has got a lot done in Congress. Better for us stuff. She's called out bullcrap. She's the one that got hated by all of Congress for forcing these assholes to come back in and vote in person. Not just online or send a proxy or something. She forced them to follow the rules and come back in and vote. And that's the way it should be. But we're going to go over her video here and we're going to talk about it. And, you know, guys, I just thought I had a lot more to say about this. And it's bugged me. I do think this is a big mistake. I think along with the H1N1, H1B visas, Marjorie Taylor Green hit Trump's saying that the economy is great. It's better. It's not great. He's stabbing himself in the foot here. It's a saying, YouTube. So let's go into this and see how it goes.
Hi, everyone. I've always represented the common American man and woman.
Let me know if the sound is off. I think I have everything set right again. My streaming software did an update. No crap. In fact, I haven't even restarted it. It did an update just for I went to go live. Because would you like to restart? No, I'm going live in 30 seconds. So hopefully it didn't change
as a member of the House of Representatives, which is why I've always been despised in Washington, D.C. and just never fit in. Americans are used by the political industrial complex of both political parties, election cycle after election cycle, in order to elect whichever side can convince Americans to hate the other side more. And
I will say she's right about that, but for at least not even just since Trump has been in office, I'd say most of my life, the Democrats have been worse at this. I mean, come on, they called Reagan a Nazi. They called Bush a Nazi. It's their whole shtick. It's their shtick. Nazi, Nazi, Nazi. Yeah, YouTube, I'm saying it. Communist. Oh my God, fascist. It's their shtick. But I will say, during my lifetime, she's right. Both parties do it, but the Democrats definitely do it much heavier.
Results are always the same. No matter which way the political pendulum swings, Republican or Democrat, nothing ever gets better for the common American man or woman.
I'm going to disagree with her a little bit there. And I actually was yelling at an Asthma Gold video while I was working on my truck. Cut my finger wide open while I was bleeding crazy. But he was doing, and he's making this little chart showing go Democrat, Republican. Oh, it always gets worse. It did until Trump. I don't care if we like everything Trump did, but in 2016, his first administration, Trump actually did do things for the people, did try to improve things for us, and did do some good for us, and he's done some in this term. I would say every other president in my lifetime, Democrat and Republican, really haven't done much for us, haven't kept much campaign promises. So that is where Trump differentiates, and that's why I believe both parties hate him. He's exposed their grift.
The debt goes higher. Corporate and global interests remain Washington's sweethearts.
Yep.
American jobs continue to be replaced, whether it's by illegal labor or legal labor by visas or just shipped overseas. Small businesses continue to be swallowed by big corporations.
What do you mean audio? What do you mean lag? What lag do I have? Well, what lag do I have? Because I can't see anything on my end that's doing it. Okay, well, ain't much I can do about it. If it's going to be off, it's going to be off. So, it's running. There's nothing you can do once you're live, really. So,
Americans' hard-earned tax dollars always.
Now I'm curious. What do you mean off? Let's take a look here. Am I going? Boy, on my screen, I am really close. So what I can see on the dashboard and everything, I am good. So ain't much I can do about her. So that's a YouTube thing then. Your sound doesn't line up with the video. Much I can do about it. That's a them thing.
Fund foreign wars, foreign aid, and foreign interest. And the spending power of small businesses can labor by visas or just shipped overseas. Small businesses continue to be swallowed by big corporations. Americans' hard-earned tax dollars always fund foreign wars, foreign.
Which I am freaking tired of. I want us out of every damn conflict. Every conflict. I am tired of being involved in any of them. I don't care if it's Ukraine. I don't care if it's even North and South Korea. I am tired of it. Do I want to let China take over? No. But there's no conflict there right now because we have protective stuff in. I get it. Maybe even I could close up half of that. I am personally of the type, I would close up 90% of our military bases around the world. Maybe 10% you keep there. But I think not fully 90% should be shut down. Bring our money back home. I'm tired. I am just sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of us while we are 38 trillion flipping dollars in debt. I want to cut off you think Trump is bad, some of you guys. I would cut off every god-danged penny of foreign aid. Everyone. You want to get any foreign aid from us, you come in, you send somebody to talk on the floor of our Congress. I don't care, House, Senate, both. We televise this. And we tell the American people, and I don't give a shit. There's none of this voting later shit. This is going to be like American Idol. You sit down, you watch these people from Uruguay or whatever, Bumfuckistan, come in and talk about why we should give them a damn penny, and then tell us how much they think we should give. And then we, the American people, come on, if American Idol can do it and The Voice can do it in seconds, we can do it. We vote. A simple vote. Everybody American. By the way, I don't give a fuck if you, I'm sorry, I gotta work that day. Too bad. This is the time. Watch on your phone and vote. You watch wherever. That's it. We're going to set this time up. Make it Saturday night at 9 p.m. I don't care if it's Sunday afternoon. We're going to do this. You vote. Done. We'll vote. And I'll bet a lot of these countries are not going to see military bases and or aid. We need to nip this shit in the bud. We need a full 50-year, not a 5 or 10-year moratorium on immigration. I am talking all immigration. Maybe allow a teeny narrow bit of H-1Bs. Yes, a teeny narrow bit. all immigration should be nixed for 50 years. Absorb what came here, make them American, make them speak English, get ourselves out of debt, or at least make a dent. So where people think Trump is bad, oh, frig no. I think Trump is way too fuzzy. Way too fuzzy.
And foreign interest. And the spending power of the dollar continues to decline. The average American family can no longer survive on a single breadwinner's income, as both parents have to work in order to simply survive. And today, many in my...
How many times have I bitched about that in this channel? The biggest scam against the American public. Especially, and I've Democrat, I don't care, leftist and right-leaning pundits avoid this. They don't talk about how they used to teach you, put $100 in the bank every month or something for the next 20, 30 years and watch that compound interest make it so you could retire at 50s or in your 50s or 60s. Retire. Every man, woman, and child, and support your family on that. Now they don't have that. Our interest rates are separate. You can pay 7-8% on a house interest rate, but your bank account is paying you 0.35 or 0.03% interest. A 4% interest rate on a bank account is, oh my God, amazing. And they only have it in a certain range of money. You can't go above or below this little range. My parents, your parents, our grandparents saw even better. They saw, in my lifetime, my parents had an 8 to 20% interest rate on their bank accounts, savings and checking. Find that now. Biggest scam on the American public was a separation of these interest rates. Used to be if the housing interest rates went up on everything you bought, your bank account did. Now it's not been separated. And I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think that was Republicans that did that shit. So she's right. It's both parties have been screwing the American public.
My children's generation feel hopeless for their future and don't think they will ever realize the American dream. And that breaks my heart.
No, not a chance.
I ran for Congress in 2020 and have fought every single day believing that Make America Great Again meant America first. I have one of the most conservative voting records in Congress, defending the First Amendment, Second Amendment, unborn babies, because I believe God creates life at conception, and I love to fight for the little guy. Strong, safe borders, I have fought hard for that.
You know, I've seen what you guys say in the chat. Yeah, funny how she's only retiring after she gets her pension. Yeah, I've seen a lot of that comments. And you know what? I would say I can't fault her 100% for that. What would you do? Let's say you are going to resign. You've gone, let's say you're going up against Trump or you're just like, that's it, I'm done. He's gone the wrong way. I can't do this. I don't want to fight this. I don't want to be this person. I'm out. Would you just walk out a month or two before you get your pension? Nah, you'd stay for your pension too. So would I. Do I think they should get a lifetime pension? Nope. I want it back to what our forefathers wanted. People of good conscience, people of loyalty and love of America came in and did something called public service and then left and went back to their lives. There is no way we should be paying any of them. I don't care if it's the best one. I don't care if it's like, let's see, Rand Paul or Thomas Massey or any of them. Any of them. None should receive a lifetime pension. And by the way, not just pension. They get lifetime medical care at a level that fully 95% of Americans never get, and they pay zero for it. Plus, there's a little bennies they get as government, ex-government officials. There's tons of discounts and things they get to do and laws that do not apply to them. Including, look this up, a lot of firearms laws for life, where they can make laws. You and I can't have this, but as retired or working in Congress, they do not have to apply, follow these laws. Weird how that works. So yeah, I'm just going to say that I don't think any of us would walk out 2 months before our pension date. If we had a chance to get that $80,000 a year for life, we'd stay for those couple months. Just saying. Just saying. Truly believe what she was doing. She's a real American and quit December 31st. No, I don't think you would either. I'm going to say it. Hell, I don't know if I would. If I'm facing walking away, and yes, I know she's made a shitload of money, but if I'm looking at going, okay, if I walk away now, I get zip, but if I wait a month or 5 days, I get $80,000 a year plus all these other bennies, medical, everything else. Oh, yeah. And if I'm looking at my family going, well, my family could use this medical, I'd stay. I'm not saying we should offer it, but I would stay. And so would most of you. Most people are not gonna go, well, I'm just gonna walk away 5 days before I get this pension for me and my family. That said, shouldn't be offered. Should not be offered. But think about this. How are we ever gonna get these assholes to vote themselves not to have this? We have allowed, America got lazy. We started paying attention to, what things are printed on a NASCAR race car guy's outfit? I know the stats of the Green Bay Packers for the last 30 years, but I don't even know who my mayor is. Every man, woman, and child used to discuss, especially men, it was the thing. You were not a manly man unless you knew politics in your area. City, county, state, federal. Politics was the talk of the day among every man. A lot of women, even some of the kids. Now, they don't know shit. We got distracted. We got lazy. We've allowed this. And now we're so buried behind these pieces of crap. What are we going to do? The weirdos still going to vote to give them money. Well, they're all going to vote to give them money. Omnibus bills are horseshit. 100%. I don't even like the continuing resolutions. I think it's crap. You should have to have a budget. I want single item bills. No bullshit stuffed into it. No favors. Here's a single item bill. We are going to have a bill today on English is the official language of America. No horse shit added. None of that. Each bill should be a single item. And Marjorie Taylor Green has gone after Congress for not working. So you know what? She has done some good. But I don't even care if you don't like her. I'm saying this is a big shot to MAGA. She's been a staunch supporter, a whip, you could say. She's ran interference for Trump and taken heat for him at times. I think Donald Trump has made a huge mistake here. This is on the level of the H-1B visa comment. Big. Maybe bigger. Because who are we going to get in Congress as good as her? Who's going to be at the level of her? And I'm not saying she's some amazing person, but look what our choices are. Look what else is in Congress. Phew. Look in the Republican Party, how many are fighting as hard to at least do something for you and me? Not many. Most of them are more than willing to sit down, shut up, and just collect their money. So no matter what you think about her not waiting to get that pension, what are all these other assholes doing? They're even worse. They won't even stand up and put themselves out there. They'll sit. People ain't allowed to line their pockets with insider. Yeah, no, we're not. No, that's another one. That one should be outlawed, 100%, Jimmy. The insider stock thing, Martha Stewart went to jail for a minuscule, tiny 0.0001 of a percentage of what Nancy Pelosi and almost everybody else in Congress has done. Keep that in mind. And there's people who go to jail every year for insider trading, but these assholes get to do it. Yeah, 100%. MTG is positioning itself for running the higher office. You know what? I don't know. I've heard people talk about that. I don't know. Hey, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you guys in the chat a question. Do you think she could make a run for president in 2028 against J.D. Vance? Seriously. Would she be an actual viable candidate over J.D. Vance? What do you guys think? Do they get a discounted lift ticket at local ski resorts? Joel, some do. That's not a joke. There are many things they get to do. I can't remember if I could find it again. There's a whole list of things that even retired congressmen get for life. It is insane. There's tons of money discounts and little ways. There's other retirement monies and benefits that come to them. And there's firearms laws that don't apply to them. There's travel laws. A lot of them still get to travel on your dime on airlines. Yeah, we pay for a lot of stuff. They get a stipend for automotive and other stuff. It's crazy what they get. If I'm receiving death threats with my family, then nah, I'm walking. Thing is, she's received tons of death threats. How many times do you think this woman's life has been threatened already? And honestly, the way the left is, do you think they're going to stop threatening her even if she does leave? I don't think so. Come on, look what they're doing. They're nuts. So I don't think they're going to stop anyway. Will it reduce? Probably. But look how many death threats she's already gotten. How many do you think it is? It's crazy. Staunch supporter of Trump, he called her a traitor because she was a yes vote on the discharge petition and released Epstein files. Yeah, 100%. 100% Jay Waterston, and I think it was one of the biggest missteps Trump has made. I still will say that I think Trump is the best president of my lifetime. But look what he's up against. We can say, yeah, true, but then we go, yeah, the competition isn't all that stellar. Really, it is not. Our last 50 years or so of presidents have been pretty horrid. Yeah, they've been bad. So, but Trump has been a net positive. But since we're not in a cult, we'll point out the mistakes. And between this, the H-1B visas, the fact that he wants to say crazy shit, oh, the economy's great. No, it's better than Biden, but it's not great. And then the anemic deportation numbers are going to absolutely cost him the midterms. And I think this may have been a nail in the coffin because there's a lot of deep MAGA followers that like Marjorie Taylor Green because she is out there being the firebrand, stirring things up. And at least she screams most of the time for the right thing that may actually do something good for the people. So, yeah. No, she ain't got that much swagger against Vance. I don't know. I mean, is this going to cause a MAGA civil war? It's already been breaking up a little. Hey, not as bad as the Democrats. Democrats are losing their shit to the socialist side of their party now. They made these socialists, now they're losing the party to them. But this may be a huge rift in MAGA. Because there's a lot of people going to look at what Marjorie Taylor Green has done and how much she stood in the way for Trump, how much she's helped Trump, how much she's put herself out there at risk. And they're going to look at, hey, she disagrees with Trump once and he totally just decimates her. Oof. I think this is a big boo-boo.
I fought against COVID, tyrannical insanity, and unborn babies because I believe God creates life at conception, and I love to fight for the little guy. Strong, safe borders, I have fought hard for that. I fought against COVID, tyrannical insanity, and mandated mass vaccinations, and I've never voted to fund foreign wars with your hard-earned tax dollars.
By the way, a lot of this is true. You can go look up her congressional voting record. She really does vote in a way, like her or not, we're whining about her pension or not, she's voted in a way that is a lot more for you and me than I'd say fully 85, 95% of Congress. And that's House and Senate. She's maybe even been more staunch than Trump about staying out of this foreign bullshit.
However, with almost 1 year into our majority, the legislature has been mostly sidelined. We endured an 8-week shutdown, wrongly, resulting in the House not working for the entire time. And we are entering campaign season, which means all courage leaves and only safe campaign re-election mode is turned on in the House of Representatives.
Which is funny because that's the Republicans. Democrats don't do that. Democrats will go out there and say the most crazy, insane shit. Much as you can hate the Democrats and their socialist part and whatever, they will stand up for their shit even if it's insane. Republicans, oh my God. Republicans will just back down and act all flaccid and weak. And I think that's what's going to cost them too. People gave them the power and Republicans are running from it. They're doing zero, which makes you wonder, are they just that fucking weak and need to be ended as a party? Do the Republicans need to go away as a party? I'm asking, do they? Do we need to just decimate the Republicans and say, fuck you, we need a new party? We need the Make America Great Party, Make America First Party, something. Maybe remove Republicans since you won't do shit. We gave you the power and then you sit there, well, That, more than anything I mentioned, may cost them the midterms. And I got to ask, do they care? I'm going to put my tinfoil hat on real quick. Pachink! I think that's going to cost them the midterms too. I think that may be even bigger than all this. American people gave them the power, wanted them to do something, and they get in there and do nothing. Flaccid chicken shits. Flaccid chicken shits. Yep. I think if something doesn't change hugely, the midterms are lost, and then this country is going to take a huge, huge turn for the worst. Because when Democrats get back in power, it's going to be impeachments. It's going to stop anything Trump would do. And then if they get power in the 2028, holy gods, hold on. We are going super socialist, if not outright communist. 100%. Don't forget it's aluminum foil. Yep, my bad. Nope, I'm still calling it tinfoil.
The longest shutdown in our nation's history, I raged against my own speaker and my own party for refusing to proactively work diligently to pass the plan to save Americans' health care and protect Americans from outrageous, overpriced, and unaffordable health insurance policies.
We also need to do something about, and this is going to be a personal thing. I have a severe lung condition. I have about 33% of my lungs functioning. Digestive stuff goes along with it. Joint damage from the meds. A bunch of problems. Here's one that I don't like. And I do love my doctors. They've helped keep me alive. So is my own tenacity. I recently had to go to a doctor's appointment. If you don't go every so often, they will not keep writing you prescriptions. Prescriptions you need for life. Prescriptions that will never change. I must have these or else. But if I don't go up there 2 times a year and spend a month's worth of gas going there, a whole day, and $1,500 to $2,000 per visit, just so I go up there, they run the same test and go, yep, you're doing great. Keep doing what you're doing. We can't think of anything we'd change. That is what we need changed. Where your doctors, we need some type of thing to go on. I don't care if they charge me or my insurance some lower rate to do this on computer. There is no reason me and millions of other Americans should have to go twice a freaking year. And sometimes, for especially cases like me, I have to drive an hour and a half each way. That is insane that you must drive there. You must spend a day. And then they get charged $2,000 for them to go, you're doing great. Keep doing the same thing. That is insane and cannot happen. And it's not just me. I know people. I know somebody with MS. I know somebody's had some other illnesses and the same shit. You don't come in twice or so a year. Sometimes, depending on the doctors, it's 3 or 4 times a year. We will not write your prescriptions. Even though we know you must have these and it will never change. Insane. That for the pleasure of getting them to write my prescription, I have to spend $4,000 a year out of pocket. Not of my insurance, out of my pocket. Flippin' So we do need some medical changes. Something where we can tell these hospitals and doctors, fuck off. We should be able to do this much cheaper where you don't have to have people in your office powering things up. You can do it tele, or I can go right up here to a lab in my own area, do the lab tests, and send them to you. And then you write me something, and it's all cheaper. Not a day, tons of gas, $4,000 for the pleasure of getting the meds we must have. Insanity. So that's my take on that.
The House should have been in session working every day to fix this disaster. But instead, America was force-fed disgusting political drama once again from both sides of the aisle on television every single day.
Uniparty.
My bills, which reflect many of President Trump's executive orders, like calling for a new census counting Americans only to draw new districts, making English the official language of the U.S.,
which I believe got done in the last one.
Making it a felony to medically trans a minor, and other bills like eliminating capital.
The fact we needed a law for that, the fact we needed a law about transing minors shows you how far we've fallen. We are this close to the fall of Rome type crap when you're doing that. And as for counting illegal aliens on the census, that is absolutely insane. I don't know of any other country that does that. That is stupid. That is something the liberals got into government. The liberal economic, I can't get the wording right, but the liberal order got into our government because they knew it gave them power. They get tons of extra money in their states, their counties or cities. They get extra voting power in the Electoral College. They get more power in the House of Reps. They know what it gives them. I would love a Democrat to come on here and explain to me right now how in the name of Zeus's butthole, what movie is that from? We need to count illegal aliens. Somebody's not even supposed to be here. And most illegals are a money suck. How dare we count them? I do not get how that makes sense, because it doesn't. It's all about power. Democrats have no true beliefs except what gives them power in the moment. So I would love any lefty, I would love SCOTUS to explain to me how in the name of shit it's okay to count somebody who's not even supposed to be here. Well, we got to allocate money. No, we allocate money for citizens. We allocate voting power for citizens. Insanity. That right there, when that was voted in decades ago, that was the beginning, for me, of the fall of our country. It's got to be ended. It's
gains,
stupid.
Taxes on the sale of your primary home, and eliminating H-1Bs counting Americans only to draw new districts, making English the official language of the U.S., making it a felony to medically trans a minor, and other bills like eliminating capital gains taxes on the sale of your primary home, and eliminating H-1B visas. Just sit. They all sit collecting dust.
I'm not sure about eliminating H-1Bs, but I think it should be a much narrower skill set to get an H-1B. It should be something where provably we have no Americans out there to do these jobs. I mean, we have none out there. There should be no jobless American with this skill set. You are jobless? If we have any jobless Americans, you don't bring in anybody else from India or somewhere else. None. Until all Americans are filled. And it's got to be narrow. Not this wide, broad swath of people we bring in now. And as for your house, I think once you pay your house off, no more property taxes. None. How do you ever own your property if you are forever paying the United States government? And if you don't give them their tithe, they will come and take your property. Give us our rent or we'll take your property. That's what they threaten you with all the time. How do you ever actually own it? You do not. When you're paying the bank or you're paying the loan, fine, property taxes. As soon as it's paid off, no. Zero.
That's how it is for most members of Congress bills. The Speaker never brings them to the floor for a vote. Many common Americans are no longer easily convinced by paid political propaganda spokespersons and consultants on TV and paid shills on social media obediently serving with cult-like conviction to force others to swallow the political party talking points. Because they know how much credit card debt they have, they know how much their bills have gone up over the past 5 years, they actually do their own grocery shopping and know food costs too much, their rent has increasingly gone up and up, they have been outbid by corporate asset managers too many times when they put in an offer to buy a house, they have been laid off after being forced to train their Visa holding.
This right here, though, is one that we need to eliminate.
Shopping and no food costs too much. Their rent has increasingly gone up and up. They have been outbid by corporate asset managers too many times when they put in an offer to buy a house. They have been laid off after being forced.
And that is why another reason our housing price is so high. People they'll see a house that goes up for sale for $250,000. Person put in a bid for $250,000. Oh no! But a company comes along and goes, "We'll give you $275,000, $300,000 for it." They can outbid Americans. They've been driving the price of houses up. Then you bring in illegals that add pressure on the housing prices. These big companies should not be allowed to own houses. I'm sorry. Or we got to have some type of limits. I know some people screech, "Oh my God, freedom! You can't do that." We need to. You cannot allow BlackRock to go in and buy $8.6 billion worth of housing every year or every few years. Plus all the others of them. In my area, when I moved into my area, there were 0 rental houses. And now, fully 35 to 40% of all the houses in my area are rental. And people are trying to buy houses and they're hugely high priced. These asset managers sit on them. Hell, half of them aren't even rented out to people. They're sitting empty. The only time they fill them is when it gets to a point where the house, depending on your city's, county, state laws, is when the house is in danger of being called a abandoned home or derelict, and somebody can claim it and do something about it of any way, then suddenly they get somebody in there. Happens in my area all the time. This shit needs to stop. They are limiting our housing so they can get the prices up. Because they run these as rentals. So if they can sit on houses, let's say they buy 5,000 houses, but they keep 2,500 of them empty, rent the other 2,500. They can jack the rent on the few left through the roof. They're artificially screwing with the supply. Besides the fact that they have billions of dollars and can sit on properties and don't care. We need to do something about ownership of properties by corporations. Of residential housing. How's that? Residential housing. Sorry, if you're a company, only so much percentage of your portfolio can be owning residential housing. That's it. We cannot allow them to buy up 20, 30, 40, 50% of the housing in America. Hey, Celtic, how's it going? The energy has changed since Charlie Kirk's death. Division is a spiritual matter disguised. It's not just spiritual. It is clearly Charlie Kirk was bigger in the Trump administration we knew. Charlie Kirk was on the ground talking to average people, young people, and discussing, and he got that feel, and he could tell Trump. Trump doesn't have that now. Nobody else in the Trump administration got that on the ground experience, or that on the ground, effort happening every day. Where Charlie was not only in tune with what Trump supporters, the average person wanted, but also leftists. He could tell Trump where to reach out and where to negotiate. So yeah, Celtic, you're right. The energy has totally changed. Charlie Kirk is why I think that if anybody took out Charlie Kirk, it was our government. The same people that took out JFK. It was our CIA, our NSA, our deep state, whatever you want to call it. World Economic Forum, something. But no, it wasn't Israel. So yeah. So, okay. Don't forget. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's going to get better. I see you guys over on Rumble. Rumble is still working this time, as I ran and made sure it updated the link. But now Celtic is right. The energy has changed, and I still think Charlie Kirk was huge. We've learned how big Charlie Kirk was. So, whew. And now you're losing Charlie Kirk and Marjorie Taylor Green within a few months of each other. That is not good.
To train their visa holding replacement. The college, too many times when they put in an offer to buy a house, they have been laid off after being forced to train their visa holding replacement.
Never should happen, because if we have an American to do the job, we don't need this other person being brought in.
The college degree they were told to earn only left them in debt with no big six-figure salary. They see more.
I will say this. I have seen a lot of the blue collar, the trades coming back. A friend of mine teaches auto tech at a college. He's seen the classes sizes growing. I have family members who are tradesmen, carpenters, concrete layers, framers. They're starting to see some of these jobs come back. People going back into it. People are learning, hey, even with AI coming or whatever else is going on, the trades are going to be where you can still make money. I'm a 30-year ASE master tech. Trust me. You ain't getting too many robots to do my job. So, yeah, there's a lot of the trades are coming back. People are starting to wake up and go, these colleges with gender studies degrees that want to charge us a crap load, and I walk out $50,000, $100,000 or more in debt for something that maybe I won't even go to work in. Charlie Kirk always pointed that out. What was it, 75% or 80% of people who never even got a job that their degree was over? That's insane to spend that money then. Yet, you go to school, whether it's college or just trades or work at a shop, to become an auto mechanic, a plumber, a carpenter, a roofer, a concrete worker, all that stuff. You're going to go to work in that trade, and a lot of times you'll have very low or no debt. That is the way to do it, and you're going to be clearing money. Even if you're not rich, I could move to any state in America right now and make a living. My family members working in construction could do the same thing. People are starting to see that. All right, people are starting to see that. So that's a big deal.
Homeless people than ever on their own community streets. They can't afford health insurance or practically any insurance, and they just aren't stupid. These are the people I represent and love, because that is who all of my family and friends are, common Americans. I've been blessed to represent the 14th District of Georgia for 5 years. The district is filled with some of the most wonderful, kind-hearted, God-fearing, patriotic, hardworking people you will ever meet. Good, regular, common Americans. I've worked hard to bring taxpayer dollars back home to help district needs. I impeached Biden's Secretary of Homeland after watching my constituents die as he facilitated dangerous open border invasion into America. And I led the effort to defund hard left politically.
And once again, Trump is not getting them out. He's not getting them out. Biden administration brought in easily 20 million. Also, I'm getting a little tired of this. I've mentioned this before. I am butt tired of even right side pundits, bigger channels, who originally knew what the numbers were. They even, hell, some of these even go, yeah, we've talked to the DHS guys and the ICE and other people, and they had their numbers. They even ticked off when they saw people getaways and stuff, and how many they actually encountered. It's 20 million easy. And now even right-leaning pundits are starting to play games going, well, they'll let a lefty go, you mean it's only like 5-10 million? Well, okay, they've been bouncing with the numbers. It's like how George Bush Jr. admitted on camera that it was 30 to 40 million. And then later, suddenly within a day, he's like, 15 million. It's been 15 million, according to most of these assholes, forever. Or 30 million. Those two numbers are the ones we've been banding around while we've been bringing in illegals like crazy for decades. It doesn't stay the same, shitheads. There are very few people call out the actual numbers. Before what Biden did, there were 50 to 70 million illegals here. And now with them here, if you want to say low numbers, let's say now it's 50 to 80 million. That is insane. And even if you just go by the 20 million that Biden administration brought in, he's not getting them out. Trump is being too nice. You go in and do it. If Trump doesn't do mass deportations and get this economy a little better, midterms are done and his legacy is going to be as a failure. Those were his biggies. He must come through with those. Or honestly, his legacy will be as a failure. Even to his supporters. They'll have to look back and go, yeah, he didn't get those things done. He needs to wake up and do those. Where's Tom Homan? Tom Homan talked big. Kristi Noem talked big. Where is this big action? Where is Trump to grow a pair and start fining every piece of shit employing illegals? Every bank giving them bank accounts illegally. Every school using our taxpayer dollars for illegal alien children. And not only teaching them not in English, a lot of these schools teach them in their foreign language. How is that blending them with America? All the welfare dollars going to them. All the housing. Why is Trump not going after this? He will be called a failure if he does not get a handle on this. He needs that same anger that got him up there and said, fight, 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 blood running down his face. He needs that back. He's lost it. There's too much thrown at him. He's too distracted.
By us, NPR and PBS and the corrupt USAID, and I did that as chair of the DOJ subcommittee. I have fought harder than almost any other elected Republican to elect Donald Trump and Republicans to power. I traveled the country for years. I spent millions of my own money. I missed precious time with my family that I can never get back. And I showed up in places like outside the New York.
I will say this. Look at people in Congress, both parties. Who has been spending as much time as she has and putting themselves in the way as much for their party's stances or beliefs than she has? There's very few. And if she spent some of her own money, yeah, I can see her doing that. And yes, people go, oh, she was only worth this much before, but now she's worth millions more. That's no different than everybody else in Congress. I'm just saying. Do I think they should have that opportunity to cheat and make money like that? No. But if it's there, it's just like Trump said to Hillary about his taxes. He goes, yeah, I'm just following the laws that you made. So, yeah. Unless we change the laws, that's fair game. You can't expect one person out of 90, let's say, to just say, nah, I won't take it while everybody around them does. A lot of you wouldn't either. If we can get tax breaks, we take our tax
courthouse
breaks.
in Collect Pond Park.
Got to add in the 600,000 Chinese students? Yeah, oh my God. Yeah, I've talked about the H-1Bs, but the Chinese students thing is stupid. But I still, oh man, I'm going to still go out on a limb and say the two biggest shots to Trump, to MAGA right now. Okay, I'll say three. I'll go three, the three strikes rule. I will say one, the death of Charlie Kirk. I think whoever took Charlie Kirk out, CIA, if I end up, I love life. I don't want to be going anywhere, so I did not end myself. I'll say that right now. Did not, you two, did not. I would say, one, the death of Charlie Kirk. They took him out on purpose because they knew how important he was and how much he helped Trump. Two, the H-1B visa crap. And the Marjorie Taylor Green thing. I think those are the three biggest shots to MAGA right now. Even worse than Trump being idiotic about the economy. So yeah, Watterson, Jay Watterson, I'm going to say the Chinese students thing is a lot of people would consider that part of the H-1Bs thing. But I would say, if not, I'd say that's number 4. And then the economy. Because people look at that, his supporters are looking at it and go, what the flip?
Against a raging leftist mob as Trump faced Democrat lawfare. Meanwhile, most of the establishment Republicans who secretly hate him and who stabbed him in the back and never defended him against anything have all been welcomed in right after the election.
Mm-hmm. She's right. Show me where she's not right. I don't care if you're Democrat, Republican, centrist, whatever. Show me where she's not right about that. Republicans are just as bad as Democrats. They play the grift. Keep voting me in. I'll keep trying. Keep voting me in. They get nothing done. Keep voting me in. They get nothing done. Keep voting me in. They're there for 20, 30, 40, 50 years and have never done anything they've promised. Ever. Ever. Trump comes in his first term and does more in a matter of his first year. Stuff these guys have been saying they've been fighting 20, 30 years for. He gets it done. Partially because of his popularity, he forced Republicans to do something. They hated that. He ruined the grift of every Democrat and Republican in Congress, in our government. They hate what he's done to them doing that. Trump has shown them all to be liars. And Democrat and Republican alike, they do hate him for that. They hate him that they just can't keep going. Put me back in. I'll keep up the good fight. Trump comes in. Boof. Done. Shit. And now everybody turned and looked at these assholes and went, so why weren't you doing this before? Why couldn't you do in 30 years what he did in 6 months? Well, they hate him for it. We need term limits. We need term limits. That's it. I think 12 years. That's it. Max. Okay, next I'll say 8. 8. If 8 is good for president, 8 is good for the rest of them. 8 years. Our forefathers, God bless them, never saw the level of greed and how dirty these people got. They were in a time where they just fought, giving up blood, family members, limbs, whatever. Busted their ass, risked their own lives to make a country. They were living in a different time, a time of amazing patriotism and risks to your own body and family. Families were erased because of that. They didn't see, they just couldn't get their brains to see how lazy people would get and how corrupt they get again. How our government, after that high level of patriotism, loyalty, and self-risk, could turn back. We need term limits. 100%. 8 years, go away. Also, I'm going to say something right now. No more lobbying. Lobbying should be illegal. I know some people, oh my God, free speech. No. No lobbying behind the American public's back for our tax dollars. If you're going to lobby, fine, let's keep it. Public. Public. They should have to come once again into Congress, televised on TV, and then talk to the people of Congress and the American public on why we should do anything the direction they want, or any money is the direction they want. This lobbying thing, these kickbacks, these little deals, oh here, oopsie, a ski trip. None of this should happen. Hey, look, these people leave Congress and they go get a multi-million-dollar job at a company who they accidentally voted for stuff a lot. A job where they don't even go in. They have an office, but they don't even go in, but they collect a $3 million a year paycheck. It's got to stop. Hey, Danny, how's it going? How you doing? It's not even Thanksgiving yet. Ugh. I'll tell you what, this is going to be man. Trump needs to correct. This is not looking good, folks. Not just for the midterms. I'm saying just even for MAGA itself. Trump's legacy is looking horrendous if, one, he doesn't get himself back under control. He needs to stop. Pay attention who's whispering in his ear. We need to know who's whispering in his ear. He started doing different stuff when Charlie Kirk died. Don't forget the interview Laura Ingraham did with Trump. Said we have plenty of talented people here. Trump said, no, we don't. No, you don't. I will say that there are some areas where we don't. Trump is not 100% wrong. He could have worded it better. He could have been a little more clear. No, there are some areas where we do not have the talented people. It's honest. But he should say, we do not have in certain narrow areas the talented people. A lot of other areas I agree, but we got to train some, get some people up here and get it there. Hell, I wouldn't even mind if maybe for once we brought in H-1B people to train our people and booted them right back out. But Trump wasn't real clear the way he said that, and it was a bad look. It was a very bad look. Her dad's company's worth over $23 million. Yeah, I know, but I'm not going to piss on her for it. Marjorie Taylor Green, if anything, has worked harder in Congress to do what she should be doing for the American people, harder than, I don't know, how many can you name that's worked as hard as her for the MAGA movement, for Trump, put herself in the way of stuff. It is what it is. Hell, they may have made some of that money just because he can say, my daughter is a congresswoman. That's famous. May not have been any kickbacks or anything, I'm just saying. But seriously, if anybody's going to make money, almost all these asses go in there. Come on, what has AOC produced? She went in worth nothing. She was a bartender, done nothing with her life, and now she's worth millions. She's done nothing for this country. At least Marjorie Taylor Green has done something. Do I think she should be worth millions now? Nope. But has she done something at least? Yeah. Once again, she's just playing by the rules that are already out there. Once again, just like when Hillary went off on Trump about his taxes, he said, well, you should know, I'm just following the laws that you helped to make. Taylor Green's doing the same thing. They're all doing it. She did it too, but at least she did some work for you and me at the process. Not saying it excuses it, just saying at least she did do that. But I'm not going to say her dad's company got kickbacks. We don't know. Go look at the money and see where it came from first. I'm not saying it didn't, but follow the money while you're leaving after being called a traitor. I don't know. I don't know about that, Danny. We've already talked about it early on. We don't know that. None of us would leave. I'm going to say it right out. Ain't a goddamn one of us would leave 5, 6, 7 days before we would get a lifetime pension and medical care for life. Government free medical for us and our families. It's not just for them, for their families. That's a big thing. Ain't a one of us going to look at our sons and daughters and wives and go, sorry, hun, I'm walking out just before this. Yeah, little Timmy, and we'll handle it. Ain't none of us going to do it. Ain't none of us going to walk out on our family getting an extra $70,000, $80,000 a year. We would stay those extra 5 days. And once again, you can crap on her for it as much as you want. She's just playing by the rules everybody else in our government is. Change the laws. The laws need changed. The rules need changed. So, we can follow the money. She's not playing by any different rules. But at least she worked. And how many death threats, once again, do you think this woman went through? Her family went through a lot of death threats and stuff. It wasn't all roses and sunshine. Not like AOC just bouncing around like a retard. You know? I know who is bringing Trump here, and Trump is covering for them. Don't say Israel. It's not Israel. It's not Israel. Some of these big government contract people. Some of the same deep state idiots, and Trump is not paying attention. Trump is still naive. He's not a lifetime politician. He's being led astray again, I think, and I hope he wakes up. I really do. I hope he wakes up. He made over $3 million this year, made $4 million last year. Okay. And he has a big construction company. They make millions. They have a big company. Exploded in the last 4 years. And that doesn't mean anything. That could mean just their company exploded because of how much they're building. There's been a lot of construction projects out there around the country. I know, as I have family in construction, they don't work for her company, and they're doing good. All the construction guys I know are doing a lot of work. It could be just the fame. Hey, my daughter. Somebody goes, hey, is that your daughter? And they heard, hey, you know. Doesn't mean he's doing anything for it or any favors, but maybe they think they can get some favors. I wouldn't just automatically ascribe, my God, this person made money. Go after him. Too thin. Too thin. Oh, let's see. I didn't see her as that different from the others on Capitol Hill. Well, you should have. You should have. She's done a lot more. She's put herself in the way of a lot. Tell me how she wasn't different than half the people on Capitol Hill who just hide. Sit there silently like church mice. Let the status quo go. Don't argue. Don't stir stuff. Don't fight against things. Don't go around putting themselves in the way of unpopular stances. She's done all that. She is way different. Do I think she's perfect? Nope. Do I agree with everything she said? Nope. But saying she's the same as everybody on Capitol Hill? Sorry, Danny. You're usually a little better at your takes than that. She's way different. Look at everything she's put herself through. Only to have Trump go after her for not agreeing with him on a vote. One vote. Trump has lost focus. He has. He's lost focus. AOC belongs in jail. I'm not sure she's actually broke laws, but I will say the people in New York that vote for her are fucking retards. They are. You're retarded. It's just like people in my own home state of Illinois keep voting for the Democrats. The Democrats have had a super majority in Illinois for like 60, 65 years, something like that. And this state just keeps diving to the bottom. We are now the highest tax state of any state in the union. Our state is in friggin' huge free fall. We are one of the top 3 states losing population, even with the illegals they've brought in here. Our state is going broke. We have illegal laws. It's stupid. But what do people do? Vote blue no matter who. Jesus, this state is full of effing idiots. Especially the jackasses of Chicago. That's why the movement, people want to break Chicago off from Illinois. And I get a lot of people in Chicago, hey, what are you going to do without Chicago? Without Chicago, your state's screwed. I go, oh, you mean like Iowa? Iowa doesn't have a Chicago. We have cities in the rest of Illinois as big as all the cities that Iowa has. Iowa's doing great. Budget surplus. Good gun laws. People are going there. You look in the Quad Cities, my area. The Illinois side is dying. For every one thing goes up on the Illinois side, there's 10 or 20 going up on the Iowa side. The taxes. You can buy double the house, double the property in the Iowa side for the same or less taxes. Yeah. So we can do very well without Chicago. Ooh, what? We'll be like Iowa and have a surplus? Be more peaceful? Be able to vote the way the rest of this state wants? The rest of Illinois is almost voting-wise just like Iowa. It's fucking Chicago that rules this state. So to all you morons in Chicago, what will you do without Chicago? We'll live better. We'll do better. You're robbing money from our schools downstate because you're screwed. Your transit system's screwed. You're robbing hundreds of millions from our road funds. Screw you. We don't need you. We don't need your criminals coming down here either to the Quad Cities. So yeah. Most of Congress belongs in jail. I don't think they've broken any laws. You can only say they belong in jail if you can show me what laws they broke. If they're following the current laws, you can't say that. Do they belong in Congress? No. If the American people had a pair and were paying attention to what's going on in our government more than they are, then, oh my God, did Darrell Waltrip, I don't even know if he's still racing, won a race. Or, oh my God, my Bears lost. It ain't your Bears. People who never been to a college or even that state go, oh my God, Notre Dame lost. I'm upset. Are you shitting me? Did you go to school there? No. Then you're a fucking idiot. people cheering for teams and paying more attention to that. Guys will sit on their ass, spend 6 to 9 hours a day on weekends watching something inconsequential to their lives, where men used to discuss, the biggest thing they discussed and dealt with was politics. But now they've gotten lazy and they've let the government distract them. But you can't put people in Congress in jail if they're not actually breaking laws they've set up, because we let them set it up. Until the people stand up and force a change by voting better, nothing's going to change. Until we stand up in areas where you can impeach these people, we actually go, oh, you voted against what we want, we're impeaching your ass. Nothing's going to change. Nothing will change. And no, it wasn't. Nobody said it was supposed to be that way, Danny. But we've let them do it. We've gotten lazy and pay more attention to who's playing in a stupid sports ball game or driving a car around in circles like a gerbil, than we did our own government. People don't even know half the time what the mayor of their city's name is. We've let it happen. We let them vote themselves raises, the power to pay themselves, the power to give themselves all these bennies, this ultimate retirement. We voted the regulations. We let them do it. The regulations where they can insider trade without a problem, excluding themselves from gun laws they make for you and me. We've given them that power. We are as at fault as they are. So you can't jail them for stuff we let them do. We need to vote better. We need to impeach more. Why do you think they keep us distracted? Fighting against each other all the time. Because we're not paying attention to them. Keep us split, and we're not a powerful force against them. No, Danny, nobody ever said it was supposed to be that way. I never said it was supposed to be that way. But we've let it happen. Until you can get people. Yeah, we did. We allowed it. Tell me how us being lazy didn't allow them to do this. When we saw it. Hell, in my lifetime growing up, my parents were very political. So I got to see this. I wasn't, but I got to listen to it. We've seen them voting this stuff in for decade upon decade. And everybody went, oh, we'll just bitch and whine a little, but we won't do anything. We won't vote different. In the areas we can impeach, we won't demand impeachment. 70+% of all Americans want voter ID. Yet government, our Congress, Democrat, Republican alike go, nope. Why aren't we impeaching them? There's a lot of places where we can impeach. The people will not stand up. We won't force them to our will. They are our mouthpieces, but we won't force it. We'll just bitch. Well, politicians, they lie. Bullshit. Well, they're politicians. We just let them get away with it. It is as much our fault as theirs. They're corrupt pieces of shit, but we've let them be corrupt pieces of shit. It's like enabling a child. Same thing to do with EBT. We've enabled these people. You go to the national parks. Don't feed the animals or they become dependent. We fed the animals. We fed the animals with EBT. We fed the Congress animals with unfettered power where they know we aren't paying attention, where we are more worried about some quarterback's stats. Until we wake up and people pay attention to politics more than who's playing in the fucking NFL this weekend, we're never going to get any better at things. Until people stop voting for a D or an R. Vote for a person, not a party. We're screwed. So yeah, we did allow it. We allowed it 100%. Nobody would say if somebody lets their child get away with stuff forever. How many times do you hear that? Well, these parents should be in trouble. Parents should be held accountable for what their kids do. We're the same. We're the parent. Those are the kids. We let the kids play in the ball pen and throw all the balls out. We didn't do anything. We, as the parents, the bosses, let them do it. We're responsible as any parent who raises their kid to be a piece of shit, knows their kid's a psycho, and lets them do psycho stuff. It's the same thing. Decade upon decade, 100%. We let them do it. MTTD done good. 2018, 2060, 26, blue state seat. Yeah, are you saying that she did good keeping her seat in a blue state? Yeah. Possibly Mohammed. Some of us have been here 2 or 3 decades. Yeah. It doesn't matter, Danny. Even if you only been here a couple decades. What have you done to put pressure since you've been old enough on these people? We don't do political stuff anymore. Most of us don't go out and join political action campaigns. Don't go around knocking on doors. Even I don't. And I probably do more than a lot of people, and I know more about my own local government than a lot of people. But even I probably don't do near enough. I'm not blaming just you guys. I'm blaming myself too. I'm blaming my parents, their parents. We've gotten lazy. We've let these people steer us.
And I will never forget the day I had to leave my mother's side as my father had brain surgery to remove cancerous tumors in order to fly to Washington, D.C. to defend President Trump and vote no against the Democrats' second impeachment in 2021. My poor father and my poor mother, it was way too much for all of us. Through it all, I never changed or went back on my campaign promises and only disagreed in a few areas, like my stance against H-1Bs replacing American jobs, AI state moratoriums, debt for life 50-year mortgage scams, standing strongly against all involvement in foreign wars, and demanding the release of the Epstein files. Other than that, my voting record has been solidly with my party and the president.
Which can be good or bad. But the funny thing is, she steps out of line every time she's been attacked. I would disagree with her. I don't think a lot of her stances have been in line with her party. She's been way ahead of the party. The Republican Party is a bunch of lazy shitheads who scream and whine about wanting power, but when you give it to them, they run away and cower from it because they don't want to have to take a stand they may have to run on. They don't want to take a stand. She's actually been ahead of them. She's trying to leave here and be nice, and she shouldn't be. This is where she should stand up and honestly be the firebrand she has and call them out. In fact, I'm a jackass. I would call them out by name. I would name every jackass and prick who stood in the way. That's just me.
Loyalty should be a two-way street. And we should be able to vote our conscience and represent our district's interests because our job title is literally representative. America first should mean America first and only Americans first, with no other foreign country ever being attached to America first in our halls of government. Standing up for American women who were raped at 14 years old, trafficked and used by...
Which country do you think she's talking about there? There, Jay Watterson can be happy there. Israel. She's talking about Israel. Israel should not be attached to any type of America first. I'll give it that, 100%. Israel should, I keep saying it 1,000 times. If I have to choose between Hamas and Israel, Gazans and Israel, I'm choosing Israel every day. But do I think we should be involved? Fuck no. Our forefathers tried to warn us about staying out of foreign entanglements. They tried to warn us about not making a bunch of treaties. Stay out of shit. It would drag us down. And it has. We spend fuckloads of money on every country who still hates us, who still sends the dregs of their country to us. They bitch at us whether we help them or not. I say, here, I'll give you one. I am this close to saying, screw this, let's go 100% isolationist. Not just 50 years of zero immigration to this country, 50 years of our country saying, screw you to the world, bringing all of our troops home, everything home, come back here and put 100% of our dollars, our people's work and sweat, our innovation, our technological advancements and the power to learn and teach ourselves into our country. 50 years. We will come out and people go, oh, but China may take over. Yep, they might. Maybe the rest of the world will have to stand up, get off their lazy asses and do for themselves for once, instead of us doing for them and them hating us anyway. It doesn't matter. China, while they're out doing all that crap, we will be like Foundation. If you ever read the Isaac Asimov books, not the Apple series, where they worked on themselves and built their technology to a level far above the rest of the world who was arguing and fighting. We could do that. America is still the technological leader. Imagine if we turned our power inward for 50 years. China would be so far behind us, the rest of the world would be so far behind us, they wouldn't stand any chance. They already don't stand a chance. Imagine if we turned that in. It doesn't matter. Screw the world. I am that close to saying it. Close ourselves off. Fix us. You tell the rest of the world, fuck off. See you in 50 years. Take care of yourself, Europe. Take care of yourself, Africa. Take care of yourself, everybody. Bye-bye. We'll see you in 50. I am that close. And no, we do not need any other country. We have the technology. We have the resources. We have everything here. Go away. Talk to you later.
Rich, powerful men should not result in me being called a traitor and threatened by the President of the United States. Should mean America first and only Americans first, with no other foreign country ever being attached to America first in our halls of government. Standing up for American women who were raped at 14 years old, trafficked and used by rich, powerful men should not result in me being called a traitor and threatened by the President of the United States.
That is a direct shot at Trump. She has gone from probably one of Trump's 3 biggest supporters and also firebrands out working for his agenda and for him and protecting him and helping him out to now that's a direct shot right back at him. That is a huge misstep by Donald Trump. Huge. Huge, huge.
Whom I fought for. However, while yes, hurtful, my heart remains filled with joy, my life is filled with happiness, and my true convictions remain unchanged, because my self-worth is not defined by a man, but instead by God, who created everything in existence. You see, I have never valued power, titles, or attention, in spite of all the wrong assumptions about me.
Danny, now that one I'll agree with you on 100%. America first means America first. In fact, I hear some people say it's no more America first. It needs to be America only. What do you guys think? In the chat, I know there aren't many of you here. If your comments later, let me know. If you make it this far, thumbs up if you think it should mean, in the chat, say thumbs up if you think it means we should skip it to America only for 20 to 50 years. Let me know what number you think. Somewhere between 20 and 50 years. Let me know what number. Thumbs up if you think we should be America only for a certain amount of time. Give me how much time. Thumbs down in the chat if you think, nope, we got to stay just MAGA. Make, America great, America first, whatever. In the comments, let me know. What number do you think we should maybe cut everything off? Immigration, no immigration, 50 years. Cut ourselves off. Pull everything home and fix us. We're not going to be able to make it much longer if we don't fix us. All right, Joel gives me a thumbs up, but what do you think, Joel? Do you think 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 50 like I'm thinking? I think we need enough time to get our immigrants here, the legal ones who don't really want to be America, get a generation or two of their kids born here with rules about speaking English and everything in place. Get them to be American before we absorb anybody else. All right, Joel comes back right away. 25 years, that way it might still be alive to see the results. Agreed. I'll give you that. Ain't nothing wrong with wanting to see America return to greatness. I'm not going to say we're not great, but we not where we should be. Okay, I'll give you 25 years, yeah. 25 years, no immigration, zero. Pull all of our military back. If you can make a case for leaving military somewhere, fine. But I would pull back at least 95%. Let the world take care of itself and go fuck off. I would even cut a lot of trade. I would cut a lot of trade. And this argument over tariffing, bullshit. You're going to hit us 10%, we're hitting you 10%. Either you trade fairly or fuck off. I'm tired of this argument that it's okay. And you can never get a Democrat to answer you. Why is it okay for this person to hit us 15, 20% and make crazy regulations about us sending stuff there, but not us doing it? Well, we got to have cheap stuff. Fuck you. We grew up on stuff Americans made and we afforded it. Danny says 75 years. Whoa! That's a big one. I was saying 50. I was able to go down to Joel's 25. But wow, 75? You have people that just got here and their kids have parents' values. Now, see, Danny, sorry. Once again, I think we need to deport. Deport every... I've already told you guys a million times how I would get the illegals out of here. And most of them would leave on their own within 3 months. 3 to 6 months. I am greater than Donald Trump in this. Yep, arrogant time. I am going to stroke that ego. Yeah, ego. I am greater than Donald Trump in this because in 3 to 6 months, I would have the majority of illegal aliens out of here. Done. Gone. I would remove every anchor bringing them here. You will not send your kids to our schools. You will not have bank accounts. You will not have jobs. You will not have housing. You will not have food. Go away. We catch you here. You get 4 weeks. We catch you here. We take everything. You go back on your own. You can take what you can carry or drive. We catch you here after 4 weeks. We are taking everything. You will go back. We'll send you back with $100 each in your pockets. That's a lot in your countries. Send you back $100 each, backpack full of clothes, and bye-bye. Everything else gets sold off to make up to the American public what you stole. So, yep. 3 years to get them to be Americanized means at least 75 years. Ooh. I don't know about that. We need that long. It means deporting over 40 million people. I'm all for it. We can deport 40 million. We don't have to deport them. You remove the anchors, they will leave. The illegal ones will leave. Most of the legal ones come here to be American. They don't fly the flags. They don't have the Mexican flag in the hoods like some asshat who lives down the street from me has on his pickup truck and parks out front so everybody can look at it. F you, leave our country. Most legal immigrants don't do that shit. The illegal ones do. Viva la Mexico. Don't send me there, though. 3 generations, not 3 years. I don't know if we can do 75 years, but I don't think we need to deport 40 million. I think they'll self-deport if we do the right things. I don't think Trump is doing the right thing to deport them. I think Trump is playing nice. He's trying to be loved. He's trying to be liked. He's trying to be fuzzy. And I don't think he wants to push as hard as he should against some of the big business and banks. Banks and credit unions are all under federal government control. FDIC. We can go in and go, okay, this person this is an illegal alien. Why do you have a bank account for them? Go into a company. Why do you have all these people? Same social security numbers. Or none. Or who's this person? Fine you. Close you. You want some sort of example of 3 generations, Native Americans reservation. Well, you know what, Danny? Now let's make it. Let's. How about with this? How about we have a reservation? We put the recent immigrants on, or how about this? See, this would fix a lot of it. Right here, you immigrate here, even legally, you don't get to vote right away. You don't get to be in our government. I'll tell you that right now. If you are a immigrant who just walks into this country, 3-4 years later, you aren't running for mayor of New York or Congress. Only your kids get to. Should be 1 or 2 generations removed. Not just automatic. come in here with your beliefs from your shithole country. Yes, most of the countries are shitholes. You come with your backwards third world beliefs, your hatred of certain things in our country, and you want to be in our government? Nope. It should be your kids if they're born here. How's that? Not you bring over your 5-year-old and they get to be, nope. Child must be born in this country legally, not drug across the border. Legally, you must enter this country. Your child born here. Hell, I'd even say you don't get to be pregnant when you come across the border. And then maybe your child can be in our government, but not first generation immigrants. No voting either. You'll be a territory of the United States. You want to come in here and love it? Contribute. Families have been in this country contributing for generations. Our families have put in blood, sweat, tears, insane amounts of money to let somebody just walk in and suckle the teat and then tell generations of families what to do here? Insane. Let at least the first generation throw money into the pot. Let them come in here and not vote, not have all the exact rights of an American citizen. They do that work just like the rest of our families did for the next generation or two. Then those generations, after the families have actually contributed and shown they want to be American, then they can join in. Yep, there we go. I fixed it. You're welcome, President Trump. Feel free to email me at lionsdenws6@gmail.com and give me that cabinet position. How about give me Tom Homan's job? And give me the power to actually deport. How about that one? So, yeah. Well, like I said, Danny, first things first, even if we can't do 3 or 4 generations, we can still remove the first generation of immigrants from coming in here and voting and being in our government. Kids born here, born and raised. And these conclaves, you only speak your language, ain't happening. 6 and 7 generations, I hate reading more hate. Well, we can't do 6 or 7 generations. That's almost unrealistic. Blood, Sweat, and Tears, that was a band. Yep. Blood, Sweat, Tears, and dollars. No, it is a slap in the face, a kick to the balls, whatever you want to call it, to families that have been here for hundreds of years, or even 70 years. Blood, sweat, and tears into this country. Let somebody come in and, hey, I want to be mayor, but I'm going to bring my third world bullshit with me. Hey, I want to be in Minnesota State, senator or something, but I'm going to bring my bullshit with me. And I'm going to hate your country. I'm going to say on camera, I'm here to work for Somalis, not Americans. That shit should not be allowed. Not allowed at all. All right. We're almost done here, guys. We're getting there.
I do not cling to those things because they are meaningless and empty traps that hold too many people in Washington. I believe in term limits and do not think Congress should be a lifelong
100%.
career or an assisted living facility.
And I recognize the irony here. Says the woman who's going to walk off with a lifetime pension. But once again, she's playing by the rules that are there. Problem is, do you think there's any chance without us having almost a V for Vendetta moment in this country, we're going to get these assholes to vote themselves term limits, not lifetime income? Shit, we've let them get it. How do you claw it back? How do you claw it back? With half the public that are lazy and stupid? I don't know. Seriously, let me know, guys. How can we claw it back? That we've let ourselves get this buried in, BS.
My only goal and desire has ever been to hold the Republican Party accountable for the promises it makes to the American people and put America first. And I have fought against Democrats' damaging policies like the Green New Deal, wide open, deadly, unsafe border policies, and the trans agenda on children and against women. With that has brought years of non-stop, never-ending personal attacks, death threats, lawfare, ridiculous slander and lies about me that most people could never withstand even for a single day. It has been unfair.
Even the Jewish space laser thing was a joke. And they went after her like, oh my God, she believes that Jews are using space lasers. Go look at that thing with her comment on that. Come on. It's like saying, Trump caused J6. He said to go be violent. Or Trump said there were good people in the Nazis, and the neo-Nazis in Charlottesville, when it isn't true.
And wrong, not only to me, but especially to my family. But it's been wrong to my district as well. I have too much self-respect and dignity. I love my family way too much, and I do not want my sweet district to have to endure a hurtful and hateful primary against me by the president that we all fought for.
I don't think she's going to fix it. I hate to tell her this, but I think she's losing right here. I think she's about to lose this because her leaving, she's leaving not even when her term is up. That's going to cause chaos. If she's going to leave, she should announce she's leaving when her term is up. She should be there, not a month from now walking away. That's chaos. It's almost like she's trying to get a little bit of revenge. She's going to cause chaos. If she really cared, this is where I'm going to find some disagreement with her. You're going to find, if nothing else, whether you agree with her or not, I'm honest. I think she's making a mistake here, or she's just short-sighted. If she really cares about her district, her people, and she thinks that her party, what she believes in is the right thing for them, she wouldn't just throw it and walk away within a month. She would stay till her term is up. Go, I'm not running again, but I'm going to stay here and help and get somebody else in place that's like me, that believes in what you people in my district voted for, that will continue on instead of just, I'm out. That is, and honestly, I'd respect her a lot more. I still respect her in a way, as much as I can respect a congressperson, but I'd respect her more if she goes, I'm going to finish my term. And I'm going to stay and help try to get somebody else in place for you people that gave me your votes, your hopes, your dreams. I'll stay and try to get somebody in that believes what you and I do. But nope, she's going to go, see ya. That's a little much. I'm glad you realize V for Vendetta is an option. Dude, I'm telling you what. It's a bigger, I'm not sure, option is a bigger chance of it happening than I'd say in the 50 years before. I mean, come on, you got Democrats out openly threatening to end the lives of Americans and the president or whatever else and tell them to military people to commit sedition. Actually, when you tell a military person to do that, when they go against the president's lawful orders, that is treason in the military code of justice. These Democrats are insane, but then they turn around. Trump says, well, maybe they should be treasoned and follow the treason laws of punishment. They go nuck and futz. We're in some deep shit. We're in some deep shit. She's positioning herself to run for a higher office. Trump stabbed her in the back. She's returning the favor. Yeah, and that's my problem. I don't like that. Because I would see myself not just stabbing Trump back, poking back. I'd see myself screwing over Americans, the people in my district, the people who voted for me, the people who believed in me. I'm not sure I could just poke back in the eye of somebody else who poked me. I would have the integrity, I hope, to not screw over other people because of a disagreement with one person. I would hope I wouldn't just do that. I wouldn't go, I don't know.
Only to fight and win my election while Republicans will likely lose the midterms, and in turn be expected to defend the president against impeachment after he hatefully dumped tens of millions of dollars against me and tried to destroy me.
Well, that depends on your integrity. Then show you're better than Trump. Maybe if you hung around and showed you're better than Trump, you know what? How about you do that? He wants to throw millions against getting rid of you, fine. You show him up, you win. And then you come back in Congress and go, see, look what I'm doing. I'm still defending Donald Trump because he's still going with the beliefs of what the people in my district voted me to do. He's still standing up for this, this, and this. Whether he likes me or not, I like him or not, I'm still going to do the job for the people. How about that, Marjorie? Excuse me. Jeez, Louise. How about that? How about a little integrity? Stand up for the people. Don't, oh my God, I got to defend Trump. I don't care. I would say the same thing about Nancy Pelosi, because every once in a while, I'm not saying I'd stand up for her totally. I'm just saying every once in a great while, even Nancy Pelosi did something good in Congress. And whether I liked her or not, I could vote for that good thing she did. Trump, you may not like him. He may not like you anymore. But maybe you should still be there to do for the people. Remember, you're losing sight, Marjorie. You're supposed to be there for the people. Do a nasty job. How many of us like our bosses, guys? Seriously, okay. In the chat. Hell, I don't know how many guys are business owners or not, but if you work for somebody, how many, come on. Say yes in the chat. If you've had a boss you've hated, but you stayed there because you either liked the job, needed the job, or whatever else. You dealt with the boss you hated and kept it. Yes, if you've had that. I don't think anybody can say no. I think we've all had a boss we've hated and still did our jobs. How many people in the military do you think have a commanding officer they actually hate, but they do their job? Marjorie maybe needs to do the same. See, you thought I was going to just be backing Marjorie on this, didn't you, a lot of you? Nope. I think she screwed the pooch in some ways here. I think it's a horrible look for Trump that he's driven her to this, but I think it's also a horrible look for her that she's willing to walk out on the people without even finishing a term. Marjorie, not good. It is not the color blue or red that will ever have real power. It's the color green. The almighty dollars. Yeah. Well, especially when you have people in our government that can stay there for 20, 30, 40 years, go in worth $200,000 and then walk out worth $20 million. Yeah. Because the American people need to start paying attention to politics, not sports ball or cargo round circle. Means nothing to your life, no matter who wins these things. Sports used to be the little thing people did as a hobby on the side and watched for fun. Politics was the thing that drove people, paid attention, were rabid about it, because they knew politics meant something to their lives. But yeah, I'm still saying we got lazy. Joel, we got lazy. We let them do this stuff. It's unfortunate.
It's all so absurd and completely unserious. I refuse to be a battered wife, hoping it all goes away and gets better.
Oof.
If I am cast aside by the president and the MAGA political machine and
actually, I don't know a lot of MAGA people that are going against her. Trump is. Most of the Trump supporters I know of aren't crapping on Marjorie Taylor Green. There's some going, well, yeah, she's just getting out because she's going to get her pension. Maybe she's had enough with her family having death threats. How much do you think her family's had to put up with during this? Seriously.
replaced by...
But I think she should stay. She should stay and do her damn job. They voted you to do the job till this date. Stay and finish your flipping job.
Big pharma, big tech, military-industrial war complex, foreign leaders, and the elite donor class that can never, ever relate to real Americans, then many common Americans have been cast aside and replaced as well. There is no plan to save the world or a 4D chess game being played. When common American people realize and understand that the political industrial complex of both parties is ripping this country apart, that not one elected leader like me is able to stop Washington's machine from gradually destroying our country, and instead the reality is that...
No, we can't have one person in Congress, one president, or even everybody in Congress. It needs to be us. Once again, we the people. A government of the people, by the people, for the people. Look at the god dang intellect in those words. Look how smart they were. Of the people, by the people, for the people. We, the people, must stand up. It's not going to be one Marjorie Taylor Green. It's not going to be 20 of her in Congress. It's not going to be a president. It's us. Hell, the very fact that Trump got voted in twice shows that we, the people, are not totally done. We do have power. It should show people that. Our government, Democrat, Republican alike, hate that. First election, they told us to vote for this person or this person. The American public, for the first time in ever, said no. And now in this one, you will vote for this person. No. America does have the power when we stand up. The problem is we don't stand up enough. Oh, our NASCAR race is on. Oh, our sports ball is on. Oh, I'm just don't want to pay attention. People, I just don't pay attention to politics. Ugh. Who'll say it like that when it has a lot to do with their lives? None of that other shit really means anything to your life. May make you happy. Oh, cool, the team I like won. It doesn't affect anything. What these people do every day affects our lives. And your kids' lives. And your wallet. How's that? There you go, Joel. And your wallet.
Common Americans, the people, possess the real power over Washington. Then I'll be here by their side to rebuild it. Until then, I'm going back to the people that I love, to live my life to the fullest as I always have, and I look forward to a new path ahead. I'll be resigning from office with my last day being January 5th, 2026, and I look forward to seeing many of you again sometime in the future. May God bless you all, and may God bless America.
And I can see it both ways. I can see where some people are going to say she's given up. And I don't like it. As you guys just heard me say, I don't like it. I really don't. Let me ask a question here. Sorry, I gotta move this mic someday. Not for re-election. I don't care. But when was she supposed to be? Come on, you dumbass thing. I don't care. When was she supposed to be? I just want to know when she was supposed to be. When was she re-elected? Well, it's been 5 years, so re-election, let's see, March 2020 for her opponent, So November 2024, so she should be going till November 2026. So she should stay till November 2026. That's my saying. November 2026, she should stay. Finish out the job for the people. You don't like your boss don't like you, too bad, do your job. And I think most Americans will support her. In fact, I bet people respect her more. MAGA and non-MAGA would respect her more if she stayed. I'm just saying. I think they'd be more. They would respect her more. I think it would raise her up in the eyes of most Trump supporters if she stayed. Just saying. There's always going to be the morons. Oh, she's a traitor. No. The people that act like that, oh my God, she disagreed with Trump on this. Those are the cultists. Those are the people we actually do not want to be Trump supporters or MAGA supporters. Sorry, Mr. President. We don't need to be a cult. And the people that would say that about her are cultists. Because everybody in this chat agrees that what she was saying isn't wrong. It's one of Trump's big screw-ups. All right. November 2026. There you go. Yep, Danny, I got there. And should have been January 5th or 21st standard thing. Yeah. Yeah, she's skipping out early. She's skipping out 10 months early on her constituents. And I think that should be held against her. I think if she ever tries to run for office again, that should be brought back up, shoved in her face. Hey, you didn't finish the job for us. We voted for you. You threw our district in chaos. You threw the country in possible chaos. You put this country in danger, Marjorie. Because of Trump's acting like a child moment, you're going to act just as much the child. You are going to cause problems for the people. You're going to have a tantrum just like he is. Bad idea. Bad idea. Every congressional seat in the House is 2-year term. Yep. I just didn't know when she got reelected. I had to make sure when she won her election. Because I know that it's 4 years and the Senate is 6 and stuff, blah, blah, blah. All right, guys. Thank you very much for that. But yeah, that's what I had to say on it. I mean, any last thoughts you guys had on this? But I thought it was a big deal. And when I find myself talking to the screen, or if I'm working on something, doing some yard work, got my earphones in, if I find myself chatting about it, I need to talk about it. So who fills the seat? Now there you go, Joel. That's what I'm saying. She just put her whole district in a kerfuffle. She has screwed everybody that voted for her. Because who knows who it's going to be? Who knows? Does she get to appoint somebody? I don't know. Does she? I don't think so. I think now, holy crap, they may just be pissed at her and just vote in some Democrat. Or somebody that's not a Trump-supporting Democrat. How's that? She could really be screwing her district over and, honestly, the country. Honestly, the country. This could be a huge thing. We may look back a year or two from now and go, this was a clusterfuck. This was Trump making a huge mistake and Marjorie Taylor Green making just as big a mistake. Trump needs to stop it and go, okay, we don't have to agree. I apologize. And she, or even if he doesn't, she should be going, hey, I'm going to finish out my term and I will stay and I will help get somebody else that I'll help back and run and campaign with somebody I think will back the same beliefs. But she's not. Ugh. Let's see. See if Google has any ideas. Who will fill it? Metro Atlanta GOP chair, March special election. Gee, what could go wrong? What could go wrong in a special election right now? With the way Democrats are playing things? Oof. This is dumb. I think she is about to... We may look back at this in a year and go, this was one of the dumbest things Trump did. This is one of the dumbest things she could have done. This could be a double whammy turn for the worst for America. That's just me. And I know I haven't asked, guys, for anybody that is still here, please hit thumbs up for the stream, whether you're watching it live or later. But yeah, we are going to be out of here in about the next couple minutes. I'm trying to keep it 2 hours or a little under. But Joel, I don't know. I think this is setting up to be a possible horrid downturn. Boy. Yike. I think it's going to be a problem. All right. I was going to move on to Asmongold's responses. Some of this people in his chat, but I don't know. I'm really tired. I've been up a long time. And I've talked about pretty much what I want to do. And you guys have come up with a lot of the same comments and questions he had in his chat. Like people here, 5 years to get a permanent pension. Yeah. The fact that Congress gets pensions for life paid during shutdowns and doesn't have term limits. See, I don't like any government person get paid during shutdowns. You want to see these shutdowns not happen? if nobody in the government, nobody got paid, I'd say except our military. Pay our military guys. But nobody else, no congressperson, nobody in our government gets paid during shutdowns, and no back pay. Not, oh, we don't care because we have money in the bank. If the Congress stays shut down for 45, 60 days, 70 days, we don't care. We got money in the bank. We're doing fine. And we know we'll get all that money back. They'll just give it back to us later. Nope. Nope. That's not the way it works for you and me. You and me, our company closes down. They don't, when they reopen later and go, hey, by the way, all that time you were laid off, here's all the money you would have made. Doesn't happen. Shouldn't happen for them either. They should not get it back. Is that Atlanta area? I think it is, Joel. But I don't think these people should get it back. No government people should get this back. That, you want to get in shutdowns? They'll never happen. If Congress people know they'll be out that money, their staff will be out that money, all the people who work, run the copying machines, everybody will be out that money. Oh, they won't have shutdowns. They only have shutdowns because they know it doesn't affect them. Because when they reopen, they just give the money back. There was the 45 days worth of payout come to them all. Great. Nope. Well, the bulk of the country is paycheck to paycheck. This is Warden. This is under Asmund Gold's video. I would go check his video out too. He talked about some of the same stuff, but I think we did a little more in depth than he did. Let's see. Let me ask my thought on how to get it is. Um, 14 district United States. Well, where is it? Yes or no, you dumb thing? Include Atlanta. There we go. A simple answer. Well, it says it remains solidly GOP, so I'll mess with. I don't know. I don't know. Why does the military require 20 years for a pension, but why don't they get it 5? Why do they get it at 5? 100%. Senator K net worth to $25 million in 5 years. We've already talked about that. Yeah, she's playing by the same rules that, unfortunately, we let them in the state. We don't say we didn't let them, because when they started doing this crap, if we didn't put our foot down and stop it, when we're able to do it and more people are paying attention, we let it happen. So yeah. Must be nice to be in Congress. Yeah. If you can get in there, it's the living. You don't work most of the time. You make good money. I hate when these people, oh my God, we only make $150K a year. Everybody I know would love to make $150K a year. We pay for almost all their food, their transportation. We give them a stipend for the apartments they live in there. We give them air travel. We give them almost everything. We give them free medical that we don't get at a high level. This isn't Uncle Bob's medical plan. So, yeah. Yep. So, yeah. She lost me when she said she needed illegals for a construction company. I don't think that's exactly the way she said it, because I watched that. I don't think that's exactly the way she meant it. It was as worded as bad as some of Trump's wording. The fact that she's still fighting to stop H-1Bs and bringing people in. She's very pushing super hard to get rid of illegals. That's not exactly what she meant, I don't think. Okay. So, I think we're going to hop out of here in a minute. So if you haven't, please thumbs up for the stream, or if you're watching it later. But I think we'll check out a couple ha-has. I do remember this. Every time they say, the people, and I put this up just because of the idiots out there saying that Trump calling the girl piggy is so bad. Oh, the faux outrage from the left. He called a girl piggy. Remember when Brandon gave his Hitler speech? Yeah, all the red. And he did stand like that, pounding and acting. Dude, you could have played that next to Hitler and it would have been almost a match. Calling conservatives extremists, a threat to democracy, a threat to our freedom, and called for violence against them. And how many times has the Democrats called Trump Mussolini, Hitler, fascist, socialist, communist, misogynist, a grape soda, grapist, all this other crap, felon, all this other crap they've done to this man. Piece of shit, Cheeto God, oh my God, all the crap. But yeah, piggy is where they draw the line. Fuck off with your faux anger and outrage. We are nauseated by you. Looks like it's northwest of Atlanta. Okay. So yeah, their faux outrage is crap. This is one I thought you guys would like. The new Spice Girls. Ghetto Spice, BLM Spice, Gaza Spice, Low IQ Spice. My favorite, though, is Jihad Spice. You know, I kind of like Ghetto Spice, but yeah, that's a good one. That is beautiful. In fact, I'm gonna share that. I'm reposting that. Eddie Murphy made a movie about Congress in '92 titled The Distinguished Gentleman. Yes, he did. He did. God, I haven't seen that in a long time, Jay Watterson. Dang, I'm going to have to go back and watch that. God dang, that was a good old movie. That really was. All right. So, also, by the way, guys, do me a favor. Just share my streams or my channel out somewhere. Because I already know YouTube isn't. I get emails all the time from people saying I didn't get a notification. I've had some messages on YouTube. I don't get notifications. So yeah, please share it out. And I already know, as I've talked to you about, I already know YouTube isn't shadow banning me. They're outright doing it. They've admitted it already. I'm sorry, Stephen in India admitted it. Yeah, okay. So India Spice. Yeah. This has to do with the trans agenda going on. Refusing to indulge another person's psychosis is not a phobia. Yep. I'll leave that right there. Yep. Millennia upon millennia of fact and science. Suddenly believe the science. Amazing how they really don't believe the science. Usually get notifications after the stream is over. Yeah, well, there's a lot of people that usually come in near an hour or hour and a half in. Suddenly I watch my numbers jump. So yeah, and it's almost regular, or at almost the 2-hour mark, I start getting more viewers. No matter what time I stream. So yeah, there's a delayed thing there. So that's crazy. That is crazy. But yeah, I like this one. Mother, father, baby girl, baby boy. Just saying. She's still in office. Hell, if Trump's not doing the deportations right, when this woman who admits her family lied, she's not even a legal citizen. She's in the Minnesota State House still. She's lied on thousands of documents to be where she's at. Said she was a citizen, admits she's not on camera. She's voted in our elections illegally as a non-citizen, yet she's still in the Minnesota State House. That right there tells me that Donald Trump is not doing enough. Danny, that was me. I didn't get a notification. It was because of seeing the red light on the... Yes! I've got channels I follow. One of them is Overlord DVD. It's Doomcock. He does a lot of pop culture stuff. And his channel gets shadow banned a lot. I never get his notifications. But I see when he's live sometimes just by the red dot. Yeah. There you go, Danny. I've had that on multiple channels. And there's other channels you can't even subscribe to get notifications. It says it won't let you. I don't know if my channel does or not. I've never tried. But like, I think it's Timcast or something. Or there's a couple other channels. I try to hit the notification. It won't let you. So it's like, ooh, you dirty pricks. Amazing. But yeah, anybody says, oh, whines about Piggy, all the stuff they called Trump and his family, F off. This one here. An immigrant family knocked on your door and asked you to hide them in your attic, would you? They're making a Anne Frank Nazi reference. Because that's where we're at, is not. Now, a lot of people call it out, too, pretty heavily. A lot of people call it out. First they came for the gypsies. I said, nothing, for I was not a gypsy. Then they came for the Somalians. And I said, make sure you get all the Somalis. I love that one. See it on the red side after opening a new page. Jesus. Yeah, YouTube does some dirty stuff. And I'm not saying just about my tiny little pinprick of a channel. They do it to some pretty good sized channels. They screw with them. But yeah, they've already pretty much said to me that I'm up a crick. So yeah, a lot of people are answering. Can we get some water? Best I can do is ice. Oof. A lot of people are bouncing back at this person going, nope. Screw you. Screw you. Only traitors help invaders. Yep. Illegal aliens sent $56 billion in cash to their home countries last year alone. That's after their kids enjoyed free education, free lunches, free medical care, paid for by us. So we're paying for billions, and then they're sending billions home. That is a net loss, insane net loss for this country. That is nutso. And they're sending our money, which is worth a shitload more than theirs. So they send $5 back to their shithole country. That is an equivalent of like $1,000 to them. That is them living good. So we are paying for everything for them here. And then they're taking our money that we're giving them and sending it back there so their families live amazing in their country. It's sickening. It's not deportation, it's repatriation. To return a person to their own country so they can make it great again. 100%. Those being deported are not immigrants. They are illegal aliens. In fact, I'm reposting that. Illegal aliens. Yep. Report illegal aliens. It's a law. I love it. A lot of people just coming back on this person. It's amazing how these people post this and they don't think they're going to get ratioed into the ground. It's craziness. Mercy to the guilty is cruelty to the innocent. Yep. Yep, because they're taken from us. Support your local ice raids. God, I'd love to have that here. Yep. Don't play victim to the circumstances you created. Yep. Ain't going to come to his door. 100%. This here is the one that pisses me off, though. I'm just following orders. I'm just following orders. I'm just following orders. Comparing our ICE agents to these two, especially the Nazi one, the Jews were citizens of Germany. They were actual citizens. The illegal aliens are not our citizens. It's not the same. We are also not sending these illegal immigrants to concentration camps where they're going to be walked into a shower room. And we'll be talking about mass holes in the ground full of them for the next 80 years. Shut up. The fact that lefties think this is a comparison shows how full of shit and or retarded they are. A bunch of psychopaths. Me saving refugees. Woo! Nice try. Gives them a high five. Wow, that's harsh. Yep. I like this last one. Here's what we'll end on right here. Well, if they are immigrants, they wouldn't be here illegally. Illegal aliens are not immigrants. That makes real immigrants look bad. Yep. I have a friend whose wife is a legal immigrant. All the money they spent, all the stuff she's done to be an American, it is a slap in the face to every family who's been here for generations building this country. Every family who's been here building this country for generations. It's a kick in the balls to what our families have done for this country, built this country. It is a bigger, I'm going to say it, it's a bigger kick in the balls, or lack of, to every legal immigrant who came here to be American, who came here to learn about our country and join us. It is insanity. So we can't survive this. We can't just keep doing it. It can't keep happening. It's got to end. All right. Well, ICE was also just following orders when Biden let them in. Don't even get me going about that, Jay Watterson. This is one where I'll give Tim Pool a good thumbs up. He used to bitch forever about these ICE agents who would traffic the kids in, knowing they had the wristbands or tattoos, knowing outright saying, yeah, we're sending them to these people. We know this guy has picked up 100 kids in the last week, knowing what they were doing. Yeah, every ICE agent who did that should be in jail, 100%. Danny, Zechariah 11:9, then said I will not feed you. That dieth, let it die, and that is to be cut off. Let it be cut off, and let the rest eat everyone the flesh of another. Yeah? Well, there's parts of the Bible, and I'm not a biblical scholar, but there's parts of the Bible where Jesus tells people to respect the laws of countries, including borders. Yeah. It's in there. I'd have to look it up, but yeah. 100%. But no, Jay Watterson, I will give Tim Pool credit for that, and I agree with him. Those people should be hunted down in ICE and jailed. You do not get to follow orders where you've trafficked in 300,000 children. That is nuts. Danny, not my job to feed and clothe the people of the world. No, it isn't. It isn't. When we have starving here, when we have veterans that are sick, homeless, need medical, we have children that need it, when we have Americans that need jobs, housing, when we are $38 trillion in debt. Yeah, it is our job, our government's job to feed and clothe us. That's it. We need to take care of us. So where a lot of you guys are saying between 25 and 75 years we need to be shut off from the world, yeah, we do. I was in the middle at 50, but yeah, I would even take the 25. I would take 10. 10 years of no immigration at all would be a big change. And if we enacted the Lion's Den policies of how to get these people out. All the illegals out, and then as soon as they're out, 10 years. Even that would be a big help to this country. But yeah, Danny, you're 100% right. And by the way, Danny, thank you. And thank you to all of you who come in here and disagree with me. We're not always going to agree. But that also proves we're not in a cult when we disagree on some stuff, argue about some stuff, and still talk. Because we're not as retarded as the left. I'm not going to say none of us are retarded. I consider myself slightly special. I'm sitting here wearing a Fun Dip hat. It's actually a Nestle Fun Dip hat my uncle left to me when he died. Left me about 500 hats. Really cool. But I'm kind of like my pop culture, so yeah. And I consider myself a Fun Dip. So yeah. But no, it is not our job. Anybody that thinks it is, I would love to have somebody explain to me how it's compassionate to help others before ourselves while we are hurting. That's like if you are in your house, you have enough food to feed your family, and you have debts. You have a car payment, a house payment. That's like you taking your food that you had just enough money for and then handing it to your neighbors. So the neighbor's eating fine, even though they didn't work. They got their house handed to them by HUD or whatever. You give them your food, and now your family has none. That's stupid. That is pure stupidity. I was wrong before, but it was a long time ago. Hey, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I never ask anybody to agree with me. I never do. I admit I'm kind of stupid. But, all right, guys, thank you very much for coming in. I do want to get out of here. I'm a little over the time I wanted, but that's your fault. It's your fault for being good and talking and having good answers. Thank you for participating. You're thinking about your hat. 10 seconds later, you say something about your hat. Yep. Oh, no. Nice, Danny. Yep. Yeah, I got a couple other hats that are more pop culture-y, including... Oh, hang on. I know a couple of you guys saw me do my undercover routine. Yeah, I don't know why my uncle had this. Because my uncle, God bless him, he was way right. He was so far right, he made Ronald Reagan look like a lifelong Democrat. But he had this in his hat collection. My undercover hat. Yike. I got a lot of hats. I have a crap load. A lot of them are auto repair because owning a shop, that's what happens. But I got stuff everywhere. I mean, I got hats. I got a lot of hangers upstairs, but I have like 5 or 6 of them down here. All right, guys, thank you very much. Please leave thumbs up. Please share the channel out. Anybody you think might want to participate or hang out or listen to my crazy butt or disagree with me. Democrats, I'm talking to you. Democrats, feel free to come here and disagree. But yep. Jaxie is upstairs. He's upstairs, and I know there's going to be a problem when I go upstairs. I heard a thump above me, which means he was on the kitchen counter looking for food. So I'm going to go up there and find something knocked off. But Jay Watterson, you'll be happy to know, I am looking at getting a cat condo to put right here, even if it blocks the TV screen in the back. And maybe have Jaxie right here where you guys can see him. But I will talk to you later. Thank you very much. I am actually leaving this time. I am so tired. And my can is empty. My can is no more C4. Means my caffeine level's dying. Thank you, Danny. Thank you, Joel. Thank you, Jay Watterson. Thank you to the lurkers. And I appreciate you. And that includes you guys on Rumble. Not a lot, but I see you over there. I left a link to the YouTube chat. And I got your Clint Russell X post. I will look at it a little later, Jay Watterson. Thank you very much. Talk to you later. Stay safe. Stay happy. Feel free to email me at lionsdenws6@gmail.com. I've been lazy. I haven't checked it for 4 or 5 days, so I apologize if you have sent me anything. Or as Jay Watterson does, feel free to comment, send me messages on Lion's Den, and I will talk to you later. And I do look for topics. If you guys, politics or pop culture, I'll talk about it. Like the new Stargate series Amazon Prime's going to do. Fingers crossed. Please be good. Please be good. Now I'll leave you with that. Let's hope the new Stargate series is good because I love Stargate SG-1 and I love Stargate Atlantis. Please don't screw this up. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Have a good one. Tom McDonald. Oh, Tom McDonald is epic. Oh, I love Tom McDonald. Whew. All right. All my haters. Yeah, that's the new one, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to check. I think that's the new one. I think that's the one I already heard. All right. You guys are dragging me back in. You do this to me. Dang it. Have a good one.